Hello everyone, I wanted to talk to you about the audio stories that I've been releasing recently and what they mean for the series. First off, they're not replacing the animated series. I'm still working on that, as well as a few shorts and other things. But they are a way for me to get stories out that couldn't be made any other way. Because at the present time I can't do complicated characters like Ryuk and Law. I am a subscriber to the Adobe Creative Cloud or Creative Suite, and there's a program in that that allows you to build up your own characters from a limited library, and they come rigged, and they also have facial rigging as well. But they still need a little bit of work to get them to work inside the 3D software I use. Their bones are rigged, but you have to move everything separately. So if the way you do it in 3D is you put a controller on the hand so you can grab that, and then when you move the hand it moves the whole arm. But if I was to do that in their current state, it would literally just move the hand, like nothing else would move. So to move the arm I'd have to move this, then that, and it's just easier to, it's called IK rigging, so that it rigs from here all the way down here, so it kind of reacts and skin deforms and all that. That can be quite complicated and tricky, but it's something that I'm learning to do. As I said, I can't really model a complicated character like Ryuk or Law and then get their facial animations working and all that. As I said, they're not replacing the animated series. We are 2 chapters into Phil Owen's Off the Beaten Track. We're taking turns in writing because he's been a lot of help creating this version of the story. And I say this version because there is another version, the original version, but that had to be changed due to creative differences, and I will go into that into a later date. There was a different character, different hybrid character. Ryuk was still in it, but anyway, I'll go into that at a later date. So we've got 3 more chapters of Off the Beaten Track. Hopefully this Sunday or Monday I will be releasing a short featuring the new Conquest Army, Law's 9th Conquest Army, which thanks to MechMaster are now canon. That's something I'll talk about in a minute. Yeah, that'll be about a minute and a half short with a couple of those characters. If you aren't on the Facebook group or on my Deviant Art, go check them out because they're nice white and black Daleks, referred to as the Cyber Stompers. The Cybermen are in this universe. Speaking of universes, MechMaster knows about the audio stories, and I'm actually waiting to hear back what he thinks about them. He's always been very supportive of any animations I do, but the way I look at it is anything he writes, either comic, written word, still image, whatever, that's canon, and my stuff is kind of like the expanded universe. So if you're wondering where it all fits in universe, that's why some things in the series are going to be a little bit different, simply because it's my preferred take on something, or I have an idea how things can be different, but I won't stray too far. Speaking of differences, and this is the last thing that I'll say, if you haven't read the comic, there are spoilers in what I'm going to say, so if you don't want to know, turn the video off. There is a scene between humanoid Davros and one of his mates, Zolfian, as they come out of the bunker on Skara just after the Thals attack. That will not be in the series, will not be in episode 13, which is where it's meant to go. The reason for that is, while I have got them rigged in terms of their bodies, their hands, head, whatever, I can't do their faces at the moment. That's just a little bit too complicated for me, a bit too beyond my means. As I said, I do have characters that do have facial rigging, and I did consider for a moment to try and get something similar to the 2 characters and put them in their clothes and animate it that way. I mean, that's something I still might do, but at the moment it's easier to just take the scene out, because while it tells backstory, we all know Davros's backstory, and it's a scene that can be inserted maybe later on while he's watching a battle, or it can be a flashback or something. So I just wanted to explain where the audios are coming from and what they mean. Got a lot of stories to tell. It's going to be an interesting ride. This has been in development for a long time. Yeah, so if you have any questions, suggestions, just general comments about them. Please check them out if you haven't already. I know their views aren't that high, but I'm hoping that'll change. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll have a animation out for you on Monday.